Nick Wilson with Dan Brownlie after the 1-0 win away at South Park. And Dan, that was a real battle. How pleased are you to come away with the victory at the end?
It was a pragmatic approach, let's put it that way today. It was never going to be pretty. I mean, for those that came down and saw the conditions, like the pitches, I mean, it looks green behind me, but the bubble's all over it. So we had to change our approach a little bit today, and for what it's worth, I think it worked. But you hit the nail on the head. It was a really battling performance, really spirited, really determined. Another clean sheet, which is again a plus point and a tick. But the result, we've been made to work really, really hard for it. South Park have created us a few problems, and they're quite resolute defensively. But yeah, I'm really pleased with the result and the performance. Whilst it's not a blockbuster, it was in terms of how we had to approach the game today. I thought we did really well.
And as a team, we've become used to high-scoring games and scoring goals and conceding goals. So you must be really pleased to see them repel that kind of pressure.
Yeah, massively. We've learnt a lot the last few weeks. We've learnt a lot about each other. We've learnt a lot in terms of the way we want to go about games and the mentality towards it. And I think tonight you saw that. Just even little moments where we've cleared our lines, and it's almost like a celebration of doing so. Like it means something a little bit more, and that's really good. And like I said to you last week, we've seen a real change in mentality and the standards since the Guernsey game. I think that was a kind of real turning point. Obviously, we're nowhere near complete. We're nowhere near finished. We've got to improve. But today was another real good marker, and to demonstrate that we can grind out, like you say, those results, because usually they're 4-3s and 4-2s and 3-2s. So today, for a 1-0 win, we're really pleased.
Anton Rodgers has been almost an ever-present, and he was on the bench today. How helpful is it to be able to kind of pick and choose who you play depending on conditions and the way you want to play?
Yeah, we got a kind of early heads up about this pitch, and Anton's qualities are enormous on the ball, and he plays his part off it as well. But in terms of getting the best out of the bunch today, I don't think it was Anton's game, and I think he'll tell you that as well. So I think we made the right decision there. But like I say, to be able to call on Cookie and Donny being in typical Donny fashion, just kind of everywhere today, I think we made the right calls at the right time.
And back-to-back wins now after a difficult run of form, and we know that we've got a run of games against top teams coming up soon. If you can now turn this 2 wins into 3 wins at the weekend, how important is that to set you up for that run of games?
It is. I mean, there's always momentum in football, and it's that ability to take confidence into the next game. But by the same token, it plays a huge part in terms of the build up to it. But once you're in the game, last week's performance doesn't matter. So we're not going to get carried away on the basis that we've won a couple of games. As far as we're concerned, we go into Saturday against Chalfont, and it's same as normal. Like we approach it in the right way, and we can. We just hope to put on another dogged and spirited performance against what is probably going to be another difficult pitch. So it will probably be a similar performance, or hopefully a similar performance on Saturday. But in terms of the overall kind of level of quality that we've demonstrated today, again, it's another signal that we can do it. We've shown our teeth a little bit today, which I think has been missing in previous weeks. So hopefully, look, momentum plays a part, but we're not going to get carried away with it.
You mentioned confidence there, and of course winning games breeds confidence, but being able to win games in different ways must be a real help in that sense as well.
Yeah, learned experience is massive, and again that today, just being able to hold on to a lead, and okay, you get set pieces, and you can sometimes kind of cosh a little bit, particularly when they're going a little bit more direct when they're looking for a goal. But I think for the large part, we dealt with all their threats, and they did have them. You know, they've got a big lad up top that will cause a lot of teams problems. You've also got to look at kind of the effect of a new manager and then wanting to press and be plucky. So we had a lot to deal with today. So there's an awful lot to like about that performance. And yeah, hopefully we can take it into Saturday and maintain the level of quality that we've demonstrated. But you're right, like I say, it's learned experience, and we can note that down, that we can grind out results and stay calm in those moments, knowing that we can keep clean sheets at vital points.
You mentioned the new manager that they've got as well. How much of a difference does that make when you're preparing to play a team that suddenly change a manager just before a game?
Yeah, I mean, it's always difficult. I mean, I experienced it myself. Like when I came in, when I was appointed after Cooley, I think we went on a 6-7 game unbeaten run, and you can believe you're almost impossible to beat. Northwood are experiencing at the same time. Like once you get that little run, you start believing you're invincible, and Northwood are experiencing that. I mean, I think they've won 7 on the bounce now, so they're doing fantastically well. It does play a part. I mean, we spoke about it before game. We thought the first 10 minutes was going to be a bit of a whirlwind because we thought they'd want to impress and be plucky and be dogged in their approach. And I think we managed it really effectively. So it certainly plays its part. But thankfully we burst that bubble quite early on with the goal, and from there we were ruthless in defence and resolute up top.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you, Nick.
Cheers.